Greetings, fellow scribes! Welcome back to the archive. This week, and for the next 2 weeks, I'm doing something a little different. One of my first videos was a single video treatment on Kult Divinity Lost. Well, Kult has been one of my most popular systems to talk about on channel. And by popular, I mean most of my Kult videos get a lot of views compared to anything else. In fact, despite its poor quality, my first Kult video is still one of the top viewed videos on the whole channel. So, I'm going to go back and give it the same treatment I've given other systems since then. So sit back, relax, and enjoy this revisit to Kult Divinity Lost. Once, long ago, there was a shining city. This city was so perfect that even today, it comes into our descriptions, into what religious texts call as the perfect city. Whether you're talking about the cities with streets paved in gold from the Bible, or whether you're talking about the new city that would replace the Valhalla when Ragnarok ends, or various other mythological ideal cities. This city was Metropolis. And this city was literally the Platonic ideal of a city. And it was populated by humanity. Not the humanity that we see now. Not the base, primal creatures trying to struggle to maintain civilization and society and rational thought. No. This was a humanity that was divine. These humans were as beautiful as they were terrible. And they were the absolute masters of time and space. We were gods. And something happened. An entity called the Demiurge came into the picture. Maybe the Demiurge was a human who got so egotistical that he wanted to rule absolutely himself. Maybe he was a god we had attempted to subdue in another realm who proved too strong for us and came back. Maybe he was the creator of all things, as he and his archons claimed he is. Whatever the case, the Demiurge cast humanity down from Metropolis. He cast us from our shining towers into the wilds of Gaia. But into an area that was specifically carved out for us. This area, of course, will be called Elysium. And this is our prison. Each of the Demiurge's 10 archons embodies a principle. And each of these principles keeps us trapped. Keeps us from seeing our own divinity. From clawing our way back to Metropolis and taking our rightful place. But that is as the Demiurge wants it to be. Because we are in our own prison. we are safe in a way, but we're also not a threat. And things went well for the Demiurge. For millennia, the Demiurge was in the center of Metropolis. And the Archons built their citadels close and around his. And everything worked like clockwork. Everything had its place. Everything did what it was supposed to do. And the Demiurge was harvesting that nascent spark of divinity within humanity. Eating it, in a way. Using it to fuel himself. And something happened. They're not entirely sure what happened, but somehow, at some point, the Demiurge closed the doors to his citadel. The windows went black. Nothing went in, nothing went out. And slowly, chaos began to work its way into the world outside. And then more time passed. The Archons, without the leadership of the Demiurge, started quarreling with each other, trying to put one over the others. But then, the Archons, the Demiurge's citadel collapsed. And by collapsed, I mean erased from existence, leaving a great pit in the center of Metropolis. Now understand, after the Demiurge sealed himself away, Metropolis stopped being what it once was. The city itself began to slowly corrode and decay, becoming like one imagines the inner city to be. The places in a city where the police don't go because it's just not safe for even them. That is what Metropolis became. That image. And that image is starting slowly to work its way into the modern cities. It's why so much urban decay happens. Why there is so much strife within the cities. But the Demiurge is gone. We don't know exactly when this happened, but it's probably in the 20th century. One of his Archons saw this and rebelled. Another Archon was killed outright by the others. And then the Demiurge's dark twin awoke. Ashtaroth. An inferno, hell to us, woke up. You see, Inferno is the dark reflection of Metropolis. And Ashtaroth and his 10 Death Angels, the dark mirrors, the counterparts to the Archons, have started acting again. Because there needs to be a balance. And without a Demiurge, there is nothing keeping the world in check, keeping things operating smoothly. and the Death Angels and Archons both are trying to do one thing: keep humanity trapped in the lie. Because the last thing either of them want is for humanity to find their spark of divinity and fan it into a bonfire and reclaim what was taken from them. And that brings us to the modern day. This was the history as we know it so far of Kult Divinity Lost. Next week, I will be giving a whirlwind overview of the setting. So until then, I'd like you all to remember to have fun and keep gaming.